My name is Jessica Boardman. This is my 4th week here at Everyone Social. I am on the client success team. Right now I'm focusing on customer support, and I came from a company called Instructure. They are an educational technology company, an ed tech company, also here in Salt Lake.
So what is your attraction to client success, or I guess what made you want to jump that gap?
Yeah. So I did a lot of, it's not called client success in my social media role, but you're interacting with a lot of your audience and a lot of your followers and customers on social media, especially on the Canvas side. Like these people are like just so happy. Like they just love Canvas. And I didn't really experience a lot of like negativity there. I think a lot of companies do, and how to deal with that and people that are upset. And don't get me wrong, I know that did happen, but honestly, for the most part, it was like really such a pleasure being able to like help these people. If they had questions, about the product, like I was able to kind of go to, our actual client success team and be like, hey, like this person's having, a question, or they're having an issue, or hey, look what this person's doing. Like, I know that, you handle like that company, like take a look at what they're doing. And so I did work pretty like closely with a lot of, the client success team at Instructure. But for the most part, my favorite part of my job was like helping people. That brought me a lot of like satisfaction. And, along with like the other fun parts of social, social media can be fun. Like it really can be. Overall, it was just the aspect of me being able to like help someone become better at their job, and to really utilize a tool like, there it was Canvas, and here it's like Everyone Social, like, and I believed in that too, like believing in that tool to be able to help someone, like is satisfying to me. What made me want to come over to Everyone Social, I believe like Everyone Social is ahead of the curve, but social marketing is where like the world is going, and I think can be like useful for everyone. One of your questions was, what do I think like the future of social looks like? And it's going back to kind of the roots of like relationships and making those connections. We saw like last year, Facebook kind of went back to its roots and was like, hey, like we're going to make this a little bit trickier for businesses to kind of share their content. Me as a consumer, like sometimes I get annoyed with these ads, like on Instagram. Like it's like, like get out of my like feed, like I think that we're going to see a shift from, people being like, hey, like I care more about like what my friends are doing versus like this, product that you're trying to sell me.
Yeah. Both Ike and Mitch, who we interviewed earlier today, who Ike was heading up client success for Canvas and then Bridge for a while at Instructure, and Mitch kind of held various roles in that organization and ultimately was the COO of Instructure. We talked about, what are important qualities of building a client success team, and really the one word they both used was empathy. And I kind of took it a little bit further and talked about kind of EQ, for the client. And I think that's one of the commonalities between social and being successful on social and also working with a client is, it's, yes, this is a business thing and there's goals and all that kind of stuff attached to it, but it's like, it is that person, right? And like, it's their reputation as well. And their life is a part of this, and that's personal, it's professional. And
and I think like when I first met with you here, I like told you, I'm like, I am a people pleaser, like, and I am, and I wouldn't say that like by fault I am, like I there's a line, right? But when like my friends are happy, I'm happy. Like when like you're happy, I'm happy. Like when my boss is happy, I'm happy. And like, if the client's happy, like I'm happy. And so it's like basically like, hey, let's figure out what is going to make you happy. What's going to make your bosses happy? And like, let me help you reach that.
Well, I think you just answered my last question, which was, what would you like our clients to know about you?
Oh, man.
Anything other than that?
Yeah. I love like technology, like the way that things are going, like in the world. It's so neat and so fascinating. And like, just to be a part of, I mentioned why I came to Everyone Social, but like, it's really important to me, like who I work with and like if I enjoy them. And I happen to know a couple people, from Instructure, but I never worked this closely with them. So that was always really important to me, was like who I worked with and like working for someone like I respected too.
Hey, this is Jason behind the scenes running the mixer board. Just want to say thanks for listening and catch a new Everyone Social Bitecast every week from everyonesocial.com/blog.